Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. A day for their disease. Just like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Flip gods into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make great.
All right, guys, let's get this party started. If you want a reading, be sure and visit my stand store. It is linked in the description below. And as always, we have a fair use, a disclaimer. As you come in, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and share the video if you like it. Let's get it going. Y'all have me cracking up. Totally cracking up over here. It was like, oops, orb got hit again. Good to see everybody. Good to see y'all. Hey, April. Hey, honey. If you're still in the chat, I hope you are. Hope you're doing good today, babe. Little Red. Looking forward to it. Orb attraction keeps getting hid. What's up, Seth? Hello, baby. Hey, Jeff. Shauna. I'm so happy to see y'all. So we've gotten about, I would say, about 4 inches of snow, and we have been experiencing freezing rain off and on for the last couple of hours, and it's supposed to pick up. The freezing rain is supposed to pick up, so I felt like, just in case I don't have power tomorrow or for days, I'm going to go live. And there is a lot to talk about. I mean, uh, the pew pew, the unaliving that took place again today in Minnesota, it's not going to get any better, guys. I haven't seen the light at the end of the tunnel just yet. Hey, is it Diff? Hold on, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Diffma. Hey, April. Hey, Jill. Witchy Mama. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. Just finished dinner. We had kind of a late lunch. We had a good breakfast, late lunch, so I'm gonna eat a little later probably. Hey, Angel, for you. Good to see you, babe. Hey, you're here? Well, I'm glad that you're here. I like it when you're here. I like it when I see your name. Look at Mama Rissa coming on in. Hey, honey, how are you doing? How are you, Mama Rissa? How's it going, y'all? How's it going? Yes, ma'am. Made taco, tater tot. Taco tater tot? Oh my God, that sounds so good. Taco tater tot. Babe, we got tater. No, I didn't buy tater tots. I was thinking about it, but I didn't. I ended up buying the wedges. Sliding in. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, how's it going today, guys? How's it going? I don't know about y'all, but it's freezing here. Freezing. Jeff ended up getting the chickens secured, put tarp all around their coop, so there's no wind. I mean, it's a little dark in there, but they seem to be happy. They laid 10 eggs today. We got 10 hens. They laid 10. You know, you and the girls had Mexican, no phones or nothing, just us conversation. Yes. Good balance, girl. Oh my God, that's great. Good. Of course it is. Orb Attraction's probably on the beach today while we're suffering. While we're suffering, y'all. Oh, 11 eggs. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you're in East Tennessee, right, Mama Marissa? East Tennessee? The things that happened today in Minnesota, I mean, obviously, I can show you what happened. The things that are coming from Minnesota, I would say is going to be, I mean, if you watch my video today, that's pretty much what I see coming from Minnesota. I'm seeing that there is going to be law and order crackdown. I don't know. There's going to be new changes coming to the state of Minnesota. And isn't it, isn't it a trip? Of course, y'all haven't seen it yet. So you can't say that you're in Clinton, north of Knoxville. Okay, gotcha. Look at look at Seth knowing where you live. So Knoxville. It's a high of 61 here. Oh yeah, well then you're not at the beach today. But yeah, I mean so in 1861, when we had the civil unrest in Minnesota, it actually, I don't know if anybody was able to watch that video that I uploaded today, but it's very significant. The times that we are going through today, like say in Minnesota, it's not the exact same that's happening, right? That happened in 1861. But there are similarities. When that took place in 1861, on April 12th, 1861, Neptune was at a critical degree in Pisces right before she made her way into Aries during that period of time. And so we can look, as astrologers, we can look back at that period of time and see civil unrest in Minnesota. So it's very It's very interesting to see that the civil unrest, the ways in which our government creates scenarios for us to rise against authority, because I do believe that. I definitely think that they are creating atmosphere to create an atmosphere for us to rise up, and that's exactly what we're doing. Hook, line, and sinker. You have lots of squirrels over here. Hey, Fire, good to see you, babe. Yeah, the manufactured ice cubes. Good. Okay, so speaking of that, y'all. Speaking of that, so before all of it started, I came home and as soon as I walked in, I told Jeff, I'm like, something's not right. It's a clear sky. And I'm seeing it looks like I'm receiving um I wouldn't say rain, and it wasn't dew. Like I'm coming home in the afternoon, it's sunny, it's clear skies. I came home what, Thursday, coming back from my weekly trip in Nashville. And I'm seeing stuff hit, sprinkle in the air, hitting the windshield, and I'm like, that's weird. I've never seen that on a clear day. But on the way home, I was also seeing a bunch of lines. And every time I see, excuse me, every time I see the X marks the spot, I'm like, well, I guess I'll be sick. I guess people are going to be getting sick now. It's so weird. And it does make you wonder if this has any, if this crazy ass weather system has anything to do with what the hell they're doing. I do believe it is. I do believe it is. They were talking about this shit at the economic forum. So we've been talking about it. We were called conspiracy theorists a few years ago when we started talking about it. But they were engineering weather. Yeah, it's definitely cold. Definitely cold, girl. Good to see you. Make your taco meat browned with onion. Add a can of black beans and a can of fire roasted tomatoes. Already sounds great. Just enough of enchilada sauce to make a stew type consistency. Put it in a baking dish and top with cheddar and tater tots. Bake till tots get crispy and lightly brown. Top with a little more cheddar and let it bake till cheese is melted to your desired brownness. Oh my god! I think we have everything that it takes to make that right now, except for shit. We don't have tater tots. Never mind. Dark, cloudy, rainy for days. It was weird. I'm telling y'all, it was weird. There was precipitation that was hitting the windshield, and it was clear. It was a clear day. Never seen that before in my life. Never seen that. I was like, what is going on here? What is going on? It's still stiff from only outside a whole minute. And where you're at, it is. Aren't where are you at? Aren't you in Minnesota? Hey, little Miss Sharon, how you doing, babes? Good to see you. Yeah, we got fries. You have curly fries, Jen. I've got wedge fries. I don't think Jeff got curly fries. Oh, Texas. Why was I thinking you were in Minnesota? And let's not talk about all the weird other weird stuff that's going on in Minnesota with autistic kids. Oh, the well digger's ass. Well digger's pipe wrench. Oh, that's right. You got it in your chart. Okay, yeah, thank you. That's right. Thank you. Okay. So that's what I saw for Minnesota is that there was in 1861, that's what was going on. So I want to show you. I always Seth always wants to try to call me out on something. It's redonkulous. How are you feeling, Shauna? Where's Shauna at? Where'd she go? I wonder how she's feeling. She's been having, she was sick with COVID. We had big baked potatoes last night. We had baked potatoes. We had steak. Seth showed up with baked potatoes, steak, and jalapenos. So we made jalapeno poppers, and they're so good. Like, they're so good. It's the best. But these were real big baked potatoes. Warmed up 25 degrees. Today it's only -1. Oh my God. With a feel of -14. That's crazy cold. And I think we're about to get that. No. Okay. All right. So I want to show you guys. Did y'all hear about it? Was really good, Jill. So I'm sure that you guys heard about what happened today in Minnesota. There weren't enough jalapenos, in my opinion. Well, I mean, we could have cooked more. We probably should have, so you could have taken some home. I haven't even eaten that one that we had left over. Yeah, I do too. I do too. And I even got at the store, I got bacon and jalapeno dip, and that shit is good. It's hot. It's really hot. Yeah, there's just never enough. I could eat jalapeno poppers for every meal. They're just that good. And I made them last night. I mean, like, Jeff always cooks them, but I mean, I made them last night. Jeff usually makes them. I did pretty good. I saw it but stopped. I was hoping you would discuss it here. Yeah, I'm going to. I'm going to because it's very interesting times that we're living in. Very interesting. They want to control us with fear. Mhm. And there is, oh my God, that's not cold. That's so cold. It is cold. But let me show you this. Let me share my screen. Let's get started with a little video, and then I want to show you the astrology of it. And I'm going to open it up. We can get readings here because look, this is what I'll be getting. This is what I got. Look what I got. I got this one. Orb. I'm gonna be getting it for I'm gonna be sending one to Shauna because I told her I was gonna send it to her and I forgot. Um I told her I was gonna send it to her like 2 weeks ago. So I'm gonna send this to Shauna, and then I'm going to end up sending it to somebody else. And that's gonna be a little open surprise. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, yeah, sounds good. Send it to my email. Okay. This is live now from Fox. Let me go ahead and give them a little credit here. All right.
In the Eric Lambdahl donuts in the streets and had a cell phone out recording, but then we're not sure what led up to the interaction at that moment between agents and the people that he appeared to be with.
Right. He seems to be in the street, kind of waving a car through. Why? I don't really know. I think we have a picture of the man who was shot and killed. That is Alex Pretty, the man who's been identified as an ICU nurse who was shot and killed. The mayor saying he did have a permit to carry that weapon, or at least a weapon. But that is the man who has now been identified by his family as Alex Pretty, who is deceased after this morning's shooting by Border Patrol there at 26th and Nicollet.
And we do have available on Zoom right now Rob Dorr, the president of the Minnesota Gun Owners Law Center, to talk about use of force issues and his assessment of some of these cases that we have been following. Rob, thank you so much for joining us. This is now the third federal agent involved shooting in Minneapolis as a result of Operation Metro Surge.
And I'm pretty sure none of them, I'm not pretty sure. I'm not sure. How about that? If any of them were actually immigrants. I know that the woman who was unalived, she wasn't an immigrant. This guy, he wasn't an immigrant. I can't laugh right now, Seth. This is not a time to laugh. So I wanted you to see who he was because I want to show you another one. Let's see this one. Let's hear about him. Let's hear about him. He said, then don't. Where's the other one? Okay. Here we go. I don't really want to hear that guy. I thought it was going to
We're
show
working
the
to
actual.
get some of the sound from the neighbors I spoke with. I don't know if we have that yet. I don't have an IFB in my ear right now.
I think we can hear from some of those neighbors. Let's take that sound if we have it.
All I know is that he's oh my gosh. All I know is that he's been a good neighbor. I talk to him over the fence all the time. He walks his dog. He's a registered nurse. I don't know what else to say. It's just, it's senseless.
Lady whose name was Jeannie. She lives right next door to him, as you heard. She said this was a man she saw all the time, talked with over the fence. He was that kind of neighbor. And they were like adamant that there was no way he was out there looking to do harm to anyone. That is, a nurse, he was someone who was always looking to care and help.
Well, in some of the video, we see him potentially helping someone that was being dragged down to the ground by agents there. So, and we've seen these videos playing over and over again today. But to your point, a helper.
Yeah, that's exactly what we were being told by folks who live nearby. You know, his family, when we've reached out to them, hasn't been prepared to talk, and has kind of said no comment.
As you would understand.
As you would
right?
absolutely
Can you imagine
understand if that was
horror?
your family or my
Yeah.
family, that's the response you get. But neighbors, when that lady you just saw, we just played that clip from her, found out, she was standing in her doorway talking to another neighbor, and they're like, hey, there's a guy from the news here who says Alex has been killed, and she just let out a wail, like not Alex.
I'm wondering, and they're neighbors, so they may not know him super closely, but
Sure.
did they know was he someone who was a regular protester? Was he someone who was one of these observers at scenes, or were they surprised that he was even there?
They were surprised that he was there, and they were absolutely floored that he even owned a firearm. They didn't know. And if it was the video we've seen from him out there, even at this protest, you couldn't see the firearm early on. This wasn't somebody who was walking around with a gun on his hip all the time. Or one gentleman said to me, I kind of thought he leaned the other way. Like it wouldn't be somebody who had a gun because he was a nurse. Not that, there's any indication that the firearm was illegal, but
It is.
they were surprised by that.
The chief
fact.
has confirmed it was a legal gun and he did have a permit to carry. So we do know that. Whether anybody, and that goes to character witnesses, obviously, but people don't know people, either. So, I mean, it's just, it's hard to make any assumptions from.
Certainly. And, neighbors here in Minnesota are not necessarily nosy neighbors either.
We stay out of each other's business.
Right.
That's what we do here.
And that's what they all told me, was like, he's a very kind man. He's a man we spoke with regularly. We haven't been into his home.
Right.
I mean, that was kind of the response, but I can just tell you that whole neighborhood as you talk to folks and other people were walking by?
I did see it. And I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it because I don't know if anybody else saw it. Yeah, I saw it too, Jeff. It was to me, it looked like he was pistol whipped first, you know. Oh yeah, I saw that, Rakeem. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna talk about that too. Let me see it. I'm gonna keep playing this. I'm gonna see if I can find it. You haven't seen it either. Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
With their dogs, and they're going, he lived here. Oh, he was the man with the dog, was what we kept hearing.
That's how they knew him, the man with the dog.
The man with the dog, or Alex from upstairs, Alex from over the fence.
Well, AJ, thanks for your reporting out there. I mean, I know we'll get a fuller picture of Alex Preddy in the hours and days to come as we're able to speak with people who knew him more closely.
Maybe his family at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, we do have some new pictures actually of Alex, I'm told. So if we can bring those up again, as the day goes on, more videos are coming in, more pictures are coming in. We're starting to learn a little bit.
Okay. So Alex Preddy, okay, let me change my credit here to Pascal. Okay. Because this is where I saw it. This is where I'm pretty sure this is where I saw it. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Viewer discretion advised, guys. If you can't handle something like this, don't watch it. Viewer discretion.
Yeah, you expect the end of the end of beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like, expect it to be done. You know, expect it. Don't be surprised. But it is interesting that the guy this is backing up is like, blah, 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 just keeps going. I'm like, damn, dude is done. He's gone. Okay, dude is gone. So like I said, not everything has been, fully fleshed out yet. But you know for a fact, people are going to be very upset about this, right? Protesters are going to be pissed about this. So let's just see what's going on, okay? Let's take a look at this, okay? I can't show you the whole doggone thing. Just fair warning. I'm going to stop it at like 19 seconds in, but you can at least see this the scuffle. How's that?
They're doing too much, man, and they keep pushing people, you know?
See, they got him on the ground right there. He's on the ground. It looks to me like at least 5 are on him. Yeah, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And see right there, I don't know if y'all can see that, but to the left, the guy to the left that's bent down, it looks like he's whipping up on him. Oh no, no, not yet. Huh? There he goes. One, he just whipped him once, 2, 3. Yeah, he was pistol whipping him. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Let me show it again.
The whole doggone thing. Just fair warning. I'm going to stop it at like 19 seconds in, but you can at least see this. Yeah,
it would be nice to see what happened first. I mean, like, what was going on? Why were they on him like single shit so quick? What happened? But I think that we were hearing. Well, we'll see.
The scuffle. How's that?
They're doing too much, man, and they keep pushing people, you know?
Yeah, he done hit him once. Now he's about to hit him again.
There you go. You heard the shot, right? That's where I stop it. Sorry, but I can't show you the rest.
Yeah, I think that's the problem is the training. It's the training. There's not, it's mayhem. This isn't, they just don't appear to be actual police officers. Like they're like, I don't know, man. But you can see him whipping him first.
The
I
scuffle.
mean,
How's
how was
that?
he a threat? I don't understand how he was a threat on the ground.
They're doing too much, man, and they keep pushing people, you know?
They have him down. His face is on the ground. It's on the pavement.
There you go.
Damn. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And that's him. That is him. Let's see. Let me see if I can let me see if I can pull up the press conference. Here we go. Okay.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is
What? Yeah, it's freezing rain now.
Drew Evans, and I am the
Yes, he was unalive, babe. The close-up video I saw looked as if he reached for something, and that's when the shot took place, but not sure. Gotcha. ICE is a federal agency. That's true. It is true, but where's their training coming from? You know, I think that something's going to have to change here. The Minnesota National Guard has been mobilized and is currently staging on standby. Guard troops are not deployed on city streets right now. Not yet. I think it's coming, though. I think that's coming. I definitely think that's coming. I do wonder about their training. I don't know.
superintendent of the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension. The public in the state of Minnesota expects that when a person is killed in one of our communities, an independent, thorough, and transparent investigation is conducted into that incident to fully understand what occurred and an enforcement authority is involved in the deadly force encounter. Minnesotans not only expect this, but they deserve this. That's what our BCA Force Investigations Unit does. For years now, our independent unit has investigated the majority of use of deadly.
I mean, obviously, as an astrologer, I can show this. I can show the problems that we have, that we are facing with this agency. I can show it to you. There's a complete opposition with the values of the United States with the creation of ICE. Read on it a bit more. It will make you sick. Yeah. I'm sure it will.
Force incidents in our state. That's true for entities like the BCA, and it's common practice across the United States. That includes incidents involving federal officers and other high-profile incidents like have occurred in the city of Minneapolis and across our state, not only in recent months, but in recent years. Our highly trained independent team of investigators.
Okay, I don't want to hear all the fluff right now.
Respond to the scene and conduct such an independent investigation as we have in other recent incidents in the city of Minneapolis. What occurred was our team responded to the scene, and I was in contact with federal authorities to inform them that that was going to occur and that we were responding to the.
No, I did not see that. I didn't see that, but I did. I mean, I've heard that vets, vets that are with We the People have been detained. I've heard a lot of different stuff. I mean, some things I understand, but then other things I don't. And I think that there's just a lot of force that's being used that is unwarranted. But, we can all agree to disagree. I'm not going to come at this with a lot of emotion because it's not going to get us anywhere with me having full on emotion. The city that I live in, if it were here in my city, I'm probably not going to go out in the freezing weather and protest, but I don't know. I don't know how I would feel being in that situation with it being so close to home and being in my city. You could say, well, it's in Minnesota. This is our country. We should be standing up. I'm seeing on Facebook where people that I know and care for are completely just so upset that they're ready to go to Minnesota and protest. And this is, yeah, I wouldn't be sitting down. I don't think that I would either. But I just don't know all the facts. I don't know all the facts here. Was he carrying a firearm? Yes. Was he a threat? Well, he didn't appear to be a threat. He was on the ground. He was on the ground. His face was in the pavement. They had his arms. I don't understand. I don't understand all this force. And then afterwards, I know that they put chemical agents into the atmosphere. Like, why are they doing this? We have a right to protest. We do have a right to protest. That is what makes freedom of speech, which we are totally losing. We are totally losing freedom of speech day after day. They have told all military vet streamers to stay away. It might trigger you. PTSD, smell, and sound. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Jeff's daughter is livid. She is livid right now. And a lot of people are. I mean, this is going to create even more, even more unrest. And like I said before, and I'm saying it again, I'm sticking to it. This is only getting worse.
Scene in Minneapolis. When our team arrived, they were blocked by federal agents with the Department of Homeland Security from accessing the scene. We worked with.
Hold on. When we arrived, we were blocked. Hold on. Did I just hear that right? Did I just hear that right?
From accessing the scene by federal agents with the Department.
Shit.
In Minneapolis. When our team arrived.
Okay.
They were blocked by federal agents with the Department of Homeland Security from accessing the scene.
Not good. Oh, that's not good. Why were they blocking them? First question, why were they blocking them?
Worked with them and we're in contact with the FBI, trying to attempt to access the scene so we can gather evidence to understand what occurred and work through this process. Our team also.
Wow. Wow. So the local bureau of Minnesota doesn't even have access to the crime scene? Okay. They had to secure a search warrant. Whoa.
Secured a search warrant for the scene, which is an unusual move in a public area like that. But we did that attempting to have judicial approval to enter this scene to gather evidence. We were once again blocked by federal authorities to go in and do that scene examination. We have a long history of working side by side with the Federal Bureau of Investigation on all types of cases. That's true in other high-profile incidents that you've seen in officer-involved shootings, and that remains the case that we do and will be going forward. They're excellent partners to us as an organization, but unfortunately, in these recent events, others outside of the state are making decisions that does not occur.
So in my video that I uploaded earlier, I mean, I can't make this up. The astrology is showing us right now that we are questioning this. Who is in control? Who is in control? Who is really in control here? So evidently at the federal level, they are. Evidently. I mean, there's the evidence because they're not letting them in the crime scene. Federal officers may assert defenses under federal authority that complicate state prosecutions. Courts sometimes dismiss charges if they conflict with federal duties. The government doesn't even reference the Constitution. That's dead. Yep. They're trying to start a civil war. No, they are. They are. They definitely are. And I'm going to show this to you tonight. Just with the astrology, it's so easy to see. But I mean, people are going to tell you, oh, don't look at that. Don't look to see what's coming. You may know what's coming. Come on. Can't fool us over here.
So we will continue to investigate this case and others that we have recently been involved with, but I would be remiss if I didn't state that it will be difficult to obtain all of the evidence and information contained without cooperation. It is my understanding at this time that this case is now being led by the Department of Homeland Security Investigations as an investigation into this matter, and not the FBI leading that at this point in time. So
not even FBI. So the Homeland Security is the leading agency. Gotcha. Got it. Noted.
The FBI gathered information and conducted crime scene evaluation. They left. After they left, we were attempting to move in to do our own scene examination once we can access the scene, but federal agents that cleared the scene, as was previously said, the state and local police that were on scene from the beginning of this, providing protection of that scene alongside federal agents trying to allow us to do our work, were unable to hold that scene, and it got overrun with protesters in the area, and we were not able to re-examine that scene. I'm aware, and our team is aware, of the videos that you've seen, and we would welcome additional information provided to our team going forward that will continue a full investigation to the best of our ability with what we have.
They sure are. And, you know, dealing with missing kids cases for years now, you just wonder who isn't corrupt? Who isn't corrupt anymore? Like, is there anybody that is really for the people? That's what I ask our military each and every chance I can get. Are you really for the people? Who is for us besides us?
And we will do that, as we always have, fairly independently in that process and transparently, as we do in every investigation, and provide that without recommendation to the county attorney's office for review. You know, we're in uncharted territory here. It's been a long-standing understanding, both within our state and across the country, that entities like the BCA that conduct 80+% of officer-involved shooting investigations across the United States are asked to do these investigations of federal agents involved in officer-involved shootings. There certainly can be a new process going forward if the federal government would like to do that, and federal agencies, but that has not been a discussion that's been had so that we can provide clear understanding to citizens to understand what that process will be. And so we will continue to investigate this case. We welcome cooperation. I'd continue to ask that we provided access to any information that's necessary to do a complete investigation. and that we want to work together with all of our federal partners so that we can really understand what occurs in any of these cases.
That's a damn shame. That is a shame here. Where's he taking
In
questions?
those very few moments that we often see. We'll continue to pursue partnerships with our federal partners in these investigations and others going forward, as it's clear to us and it's clear to all of us in Minnesota that we at the state and local level have an expectation when something happens in our communities that an investigation not only is done by our federal partners, but also by state and locals into various incidents as we see them. The Bureau of Criminal Apprehension and our
how uncharted is that to gain access, and we're
each time something happens in our communities. With that, I'd be happy to answer questions.
So to be clear, you said you got some judicial warrant to gain access and were still denied by federal agents?
Yes, that's accurate. The question was, we had a signed warrant and we were still denied access to the scene. That's accurate, correct.
How uncharted is that? And have you had any contact? You said that you understand DHS is leading it now. Have you had contact since then? And is there any reason to believe that there is now a new way forward?
Yeah, the question was, have I had any contact since it's my understanding DHS is running this investigation? I attempted to contact the individual that I was told was the overall commander at the scene, and I have not received a call back from them. We will continue to work together to gather that, make that contact, and understand their process, but we have not had contact yet today.
How much investigative work were agents able to do at the scene when they could get out?
We were not able to do really any work at the scene once we had access because it was quickly overrun and overtaken. That being said, we have been out talking to witnesses, gathering information, gathering various video, and we'll continue to do that work. You saw in the recent shooting in North Minneapolis, if and when it's prudent and we need to, we can always return at a different time if there's relevant evidence at the scene.
Do you know the identity of the federal agents who were involved in the shooting?
The question is, do we know the identity of the federal agents involved in the shooting? Not only on this case, but the other two that have happened, the federal entity, Department of Homeland Security in particular, does not provide us that information. They have not provided us that information.
Unbelievable. I mean, it really isn't unbelievable. It really isn't unbelievable.
Information in this case as well. Yeah. So the question is, how do we ensure a thorough investigation if we weren't provided access to the information? It's complicated. You know, that's why the long history of jointly working investigations when the federal entities conduct their own investigation is really important. And we have a long established.
So we can't really we the people really can't understand or get a clear understanding. Because, I mean, the investigation is tight-lipped. Okay.
Process of doing that, and we'd welcome that now, or we parallel investigations where they share information with us. And to be clear, the BCA will share everything we obtain in our investigation with them. To say that we can do this in the manner that our team normally does, which is a very strict and established protocol, that obviously is disrupted. When we don't have access to the crime scene, we don't have the ability to map the scenes that we normally would in that process. So it will be compromised in some level of getting all of that. The hope is that we'll use all the different tools available to take different paths to do the best that we can with the information that we do have.
Knowing that somebody denied, and then secondly, can you share what agents were told on the scene by DHS as the reason that they were not allowed to access, or that your agents were allowed to access?
So the question was about the warrant and then access to the scene. We took the step of getting the search warrant because we were denied access to the scene. So we thought that we'd be able to get access to the scene, much like we would anywhere else, by having an independent judge agree that we have probable cause to investigate the incident at the scene. That was provided the information to the Department of Homeland Security, and they said that this was a scene and matter being investigated by the federal government, and they would not allow us physical access to the scene.
So you arrived at the scene, you denied, you go to the judge, ask for a warrant. So Judge Grant said warrant, you show up with that and still not.
That's accurate. We were denied after we provided information we had a warrant. Please.
I'm not trying to be glib here. Has local law enforcement lost the ability to pursue the rule of law against these federal officers? I'm just trying to understand, what does that mean for this operation?
Yeah, the question was about, is local law enforcement lost the ability for the rule of law? I will tell you that I and other law enforcement leaders continue to have discussions about this. It is important for people to understand just across Minnesota that there are two different, sets of illegal entities in the United States that conduct law enforcement operations: local and federal, and then tribal and territorial. Normally, and under normal circumstances, we work hand in hand in partnership on a variety of different criminal investigations. Each and every day, BCA agents and local.
I get, I get that, they're the locals should be able, the BCA should definitely be able to be involved in the investigation. I just don't get that. I don't understand. Facial recognition, yeah. I guess so. The federal is definitely going to outrank the local law. I'm not sure how this system is working. I'm not understanding this at all. At all. Not able to provide anything. Anything. Unbelievable. So let me find this. Okay. Let me share this one. Let's see what they have to say.
Tim is here to talk about some perspectives on that.
Yeah, right. There's kind of a potential disconnect with the narrative from the head of the Border Patrol and the Department of Homeland Security. Tim Blott's now in the newsroom with more on this one. Tim?
Yes, this is an instance where, in fact, before we knew Alex's name here this afternoon and the background of the DHS statement here, they called him an individual, I'm going to quote here, who wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement. That's their words, their statement. I think by now...
That's their words, their statement. They're going to stick to it. Yeah, the Second Amendment is definitely next. They're trying to just take it all. Conquer.
A lot of you have seen the videos, and so too is Rob Dorb, who's the president of the Minnesota Gun Owners Law Center. According to Chief O'Hara this afternoon, Mr. Preddy was a gun owner with a permit to carry. And as Rob Dorb looked at the videos, he noticed that there was no visible firearm on Mr. Preddy. And Rob also observed that Mr. Preddy was perhaps disarmed before he was shot. Now, Rob watched that video with us this afternoon during our live coverage here, and here's what he had to say.
You see his arms are kind of pinned right in front of him.
Look, I'm gonna try to, let me see if I can play this slower. Let's go 0.5.
As he's on the ground.
So it looks like he's about to be put on the ground.
And then
he's definitely on the ground.
Then you see the agent in the gray coat there who doesn't have a...
That's excessive force. That's absolutely excessive.
Firearm in his hand, reach around and pull out a firearm. So right here you see it looks like the man's I think Mr. Purdy's hand.
There's no way you can see his hands. He has no firearm. You can see his hands. They've got him on the ground, face down.
Arms are pinned down in front of him. So he's not reaching for his
No, he has nothing in his
firearm.
hands. Not a thing in his hands. You can see his hands. Nothing in his hands. He's being forced down. Look at his hands.
He's not reaching for his hot firearm. Both hands are right there. Yeah, it's difficult to see what happens right in this second here, but we do see that the agent comes back with the firearm in his hand. That firearm matches the firearm that was photographed by DHS, saying that it was Mr. Purdy's firearm. And then
Yeah. This ain't looking good, guys. This ain't looking good.
that's when you hear the shots fired.
Yeah,
And
but
again,
we didn't see what we saw earlier. They didn't show him pistol whipping him. That's exactly what they were doing. That one dude was pistol whipping him, hitting 5 or 6 times. Come on, man.
that's the perspective of Rob Dorr, who's the president of the Minnesota Gun Owners Law Center. And I can assure you, Rob is a frequent testifier at the state capitol on Second Amendment rights. And as a part of that same interview this afternoon, Rob noted to us that if Mr. Purdy had a permit to carry, it's not unlawful to be carrying while exercising your First Amendment rights. And Rob told us you don't have to pick between which rights you exercise.
That's right.
Karen, Simone?
All right, thanks, Tim. Yeah, that's the thing is so many people are of course going to go off of what they see in the video, and you have these split moments, right? And things happen so fast. So people trying to analyze what we have seen in these a couple of videos, but of course this investigation does have to play out.
Right, and obviously there's so many opinions here. I mean, you go online and it's all over the place as to exactly what unfolded. But yeah, we need to collect all those videos and all the evidence that we can before you make draw some conclusions. You have to kind of be a little bit open-minded. But right now there's very different stories coming from DHS and of course from local leaders as well.
Yeah, it's important to mention that Border Patrol.
What about the witnesses? What about the witnesses? What about the witnesses? You know? Let's look at this for a second, because on April 12th, this has got April 14th, the day after the surrender at Fort Sumter at the outset of the Civil War, Minnesota's governor, Alexander Ramsey, was in the nation's capital and was one of the first to offer troops to President Lincoln for the Union cause. On that day, he wrote to the president volunteering 1,000 men from Minnesota. Those soldiers would form the core of the 1st Minnesota Volunteer Infantry Regiment and would participate in many significant Civil War battles, including the first Battle of Bull Run and Gettysburg. Having become a state only 3 years earlier, Minnesotans felt a strong sense of patriotism, and the men of the 1st Minnesota fought and have been recognized for their sacrifice and courage. I just thought that this is where I'm about to take y'all, okay? This is exactly where I'm about to take you guys with the astrology, because I want you to see it from my point of view, okay? I just want you to see it from my point of view. Oh, do I have it on? Hold on. Do I have it mute? Yeah, sorry. Here we go. Let me try it again.
Your hands, my dissatisfied fellow countrymen, and not in mine, is the momentous issue of civil war. You can have no
I mean, they tried. They have tried so hard to pit us against each other. They have tried so hard to pit us against each other like they did before, but it didn't work. It didn't work. We came together.
Conflict without being yourselves the aggressors.
After the attack on Sumter, the only consistent attitude of a loyal man was with a rifle at his shoulder, and the only logical argument, a bullet.
Just weeks after President Lincoln's first inaugural address, in which he tried to reassure the North and reach out to the southern states who had seceded following his election,
Seceded. So this is what I'm wondering, guys. This is what I'm wondering. Are we going to end up, is the future of America going to end up where states, is that even possible? What do you think, Army vet? What do y'all think? Are there going to be states that are going to secede? Are they going to break away from the United States? Is that even possible, you think? What do y'all think? What do y'all think?
Sumter, a federal fort in the seceded state of South Carolina, was shelled by the Confederacy and surrendered on April 13, 1861. Minnesota Governor Alexander Ramsey, who happened to be in the nation's capital at this pivotal moment, promptly called on Secretary of War Simon Cameron. Minnesota
He just so happened to be there. Oh, what a coincidence.
would have the distinction of being the first state to volunteer troops to the Union Army.
He went right away to see Secretary Cameron. I'm here on behalf of the state of Minnesota, and I'm offering troops, tendering 1,000 troops. That's when Cameron told him, well, I'm on my way to see President Lincoln, write it down.
As the executive of the state of Minnesota, I hereby tender to the government of the United States, on the part of that state, 1,000 men, to be ready for service so soon as the necessary information can be communicated to the people there.
So I think he understood that he had to be in that right place at the right time, capitalizing on the fact he did happen to be out there. I think he really understood what the next few weeks were going to be, and we needed to know what states could be counted on and what troops could already be counted on.
I agree. There's a showdown. There is definitely a showdown between federal and state. And if California's been trying to do it for years, I think that could be in our future. I really do. And is it because the government is that what they're trying to force us to do? To secede? You don't think so? In your lifetime, you don't think so? Okay. A real constitutional clash only happens if the federal government tries to take control of state forces or a state tries to block federal law outright. That's what we see. Yeah.
I'm going to that federal cause.
While events were unfolding quickly in the nation's capital, Minnesotans were called together in communities across the young state.
The men from Faribault met at the Metropolitan Hotel, all signed up, and then headed to Fort Snelling, and most seemed to be going by wagons. In Stillwater, they met at the Armory. They were hauled in lumber wagons to Fort Snelling. The people in Winona met at the Sanborn Hall, where they had their militia practices. They actually went by boat upriver, because there were no railroads in Minnesota at the start of the Civil War. But they all met at Fort Snelling.
They may not have come from the very well-known states like Pennsylvania and New York, but this was going to be their way of showing their patriotism to the Union.
Because initially they were called up for just 90 days. The men here who received the word thought, well, this will be somewhat of an adventure. We'll be home in time for the fall harvest. We'll go show these Southerners what's going on. In about 2 weeks, the government figured out that they were going to need more than 90 days. They asked the men to re-enlist for a period of 3 years or the duration of the war.
Ramsey knew that Minnesota was ill-equipped to fight.
I ask whether you would feel justified in saying that the reasonable expenses that may be involved will be furnished by the general government.
As men gathered at Fort Snelling, there were no arms or accoutrements. In lieu of uniforms, the men were issued red shirts and black pants.
They marched out the doors of Fort Snelling and down to the wharf underneath the bluff of the fort, where they boarded the War Eagle and the Northern Belle. They went down.
And this was over slavery. I mean, they've tried to pit us again against each other. Now we are coming against each other due to the emotions of, is this correct or is it now they are pitting us against immigrants, and we are all immigrants. We are all immigrants. My family didn't come over here. I mean, I've traced them. We came over here in the 1800s, early 1900s. We ain't been here that long. This ain't our land. We took it over. We gave sickness to people that had land here. Did the same thing in Israel. I mean, we have a habit of doing shit like this. And no wonder people are standing up for what is right. Exactly why it feels like this. National Guard staging federal agents, active confusion about who's in charge. Exactly. Who is in charge? Who is in control here? I'm so terrible with history. Yeah, it's about slavery. The Civil War was about slavery. Yep. Who has the final say in public order situations, the state or the federal government? It's supposed to be the state and then go to the federal government, I thought. I mean, it is with missing kids. I guess, it just depends on what it's all about. If they put this much energy into missing kids, huh, I'd actually think that they have a heart. It is. It's all about creating that civil unrest. They love it. They thrive with it. They want it. But what is the end game here for them? What is it? Is it a new term? Is Trump trying to get a third term? I mean, what's he trying to, what are we doing here? Is this really about immigration? Making America great again? Yeah, let them fight each other. Exactly, deafening silence. Let them fight each other. It's so corrupt. It's just so corrupt. The state, the federal, all of that is so corrupt. Yeah, the power of money. The power. This wasn't our land to take. We are immigrants. Trump is an immigrant. We are all immigrants. Yeah, I mean, I'm from England. I'm from Ireland. I'm like 99 Irish, 99%, 100% Irish. I mean, this, I've seen my family tree. Yeah, they want to fight over crazy, not kids. Who cares about the kids? Who cares about all these missing kids? We can find Osama bin Laden, but we can't find Sebastian Rogers. We can't find Summer Wells. We can't find any of these kids. Makes no sense.
Down to the Cross and Prairie du Chien. There they boarded trains and headed east.
Residents of Chicago took note of the impressive 1st Regiment of Minnesota Volunteer Infantry.
Yeah, and see, it started in Minnesota. It started with Minnesota. I just want y'all to realize this, okay? Because when I show you the astrology, it's going to make sense. It's going to make sense, and I want to get to it. I really do. I want to get to it. I want to get to that astrology. I want to get to some readings. Spain, Mexico, Ireland. Yeah, definitely a mutt. I mean, we're mutts, man. We're mutts. Federal law, supposed to be federal, right? Yep. Exactly. It is sickening. I mean, it is. It really is. I'm straddling the fence because I'm really trying to stay disconnected as much as I can because it does me no good here in Tennessee. I can't go to Minnesota. German and Polish, yeah. I mean, we're not natives to America. We're not. We're not the Native American police over here. It's just, I don't get it, man. I really don't. I really don't. I don't understand why we can't just all get along and what the motive is, what the end game is. All I know is that there's a big ass cartel and they all wear suits. And we see them in Washington. We see them all over the world. They're always mingling. You're worried about Iran. Yep. Yep. Your grandfather was first generation. Tell you one thing, it ain't getting no better, y'all. It's just not going to get no better. That's all I can say. Let me show my entire screen because we're about to, and my pen better work. Oh my God, if it doesn't, I'm going to be so mad. Here's the transits right now. Come on, pen. Please work. Oh, thank God. Okay, we're rising with Virgo. We're rising with the health. We are descending with Pisces, with things that we need to dissolve. The disillusion that I was talking about in that earlier video. Whew. Lord, guys. Let me show you a little something here. Let me show you a little something. Let me go back. Let's look at the last image. Yeah, let's look at, well, actually, I think what I want to do is I want to show you first, I want to show you ICE and the United States chart because this is where there's a major opposition for the United States as a whole. We, the people, the states, is what makes the United States. And this is why I'm thinking that there is going to be, in our future, there are going to be states that pull away. They will pull away. This is why I think so. Especially if ICE continues, states will pull away. If this is going to be a continuance, they're going to pull away. So this is the reason why. I want y'all to see this. I'm circling what is called Vulcanus in astrology. It's a 21 degree and 28 minutes. 21 degrees and 28 minutes. It's in Vulcan. It's Vulcanus. It's in the 8th house. And it's about the communications. Okay. This is the 8th house with the immigration and customs. No matter what time they would have been created this day, that 2128 is pertinent. There are some non-movers like this 2618 that I'm going to be talking about here in a minute. But look, this 2128 is in an opposition with the United States. It's in an opposition with the United States with Kronos. Kronos devours energy. It's all about timing. And this timing, I've seen Kronos with death. Okay. I have. I've seen, a lot of these glyphs can come with death, but it's all about the timing of the values of the government, of the authority. The values of the government and authority is right here. And this 2128 is in an opposition with the 8th house of death, rebirth, regeneration, other people's money, things that are hidden with investigations. And the 2128 is opposing the values of the United States. That's why I'm wondering, I really do wonder, because their Chiron is here. It's here in the 2nd house. They share pain with the values of the government, with the authority. All right. That's first and foremost. First and foremost. When April 12th comes around, April 12th, April 13th, Neptune is at a 2957 in Pisces during this period of 1861. Uranus was at a 2957 on the 12th. On the 13th, it was a 2958. It was critical in Pisces, okay? Critical in Pisces. Critical. So during that period of time, it was critical at a 2957, 2958 in Pisces. Now, I want to show you this. Look at Neptune, 2957, guys. 2957. I didn't make this shit up. I didn't make this up. On the 12th of April, Neptune was at a 2957. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's go back. Let's look at this. Let's look at this, guys. 2957, we are moving forward, okay? We are moving forward. Look at all of that. Look at all of that. We're moving forward in the 12th house the morning of April 12th, which is exactly where Neptune is, moving forward at a 2957. I can't make it up. When I tell y'all that we are going back to a time period, this is what I'm talking about. I don't have to show you the degrees. Just trust me with that. I'm telling you, this is the same type of energy that was created then. We see Hygeia. Hygeia had just left that 2509 with the U.S. Marshals. Hygeia is about the health. The 2505, well, it had just left that 2507 today. It just left we're in the same type of time period. This is directed energy. It's about religion. It's about values. And that 2507, I'm just showing you some of the same degrees, same signs. But look at this, 2128. There's a wake-up call with our values with the United States with the 2128. Same energy, guys. Can't make it up. Can't make it up. Absolutely can't make it up. When we go back and we look at this morning, go back and look at this morning. Let's look at immigration and the shooting. The shooting that when it took place, their lunar nodes of fate, the South Node, is with the disordered aggression. So the dark moon was sitting on their lunar node their south lunar node. This is immigration because it's in Sagittarius. It's about immigration in Sagittarius. Right there. It had just left. The dark moon had just left. So there was disordered aggression building up where they had been before. The little pew pew, right? Little toot shooting dude. Yep. Sure did. Sure did. The lunar node of fate was upon them. And how did they react? How did they handle it? Well, they handled it like shit. They handled that south node where they had been before, doing the same shit that they had done before. And Venus was at an 855, same degree as the United States. That 855 with Venus, same degree as the United States. Uranus and the sixth house of health. With the values, the 2234, with the values, we've been here before. We've been here before with those values of the 2234, and look at where the sun was shining. 2234 with the Civil War of 1861. Y'all, we are reliving the past, only it's just a different type of scenery here. It's just a different type of scenery. There's the 606. That's the shit. That's U.S. Marshals. That's the Marshals right there with investigations. And that was back in 1861. I mean, I can't make it up. I can't make this up. And what's going to happen? What's going to happen is Chiron is coming. Chiron is coming to North Carolina. Chiron at a 2250 right now is coming to North Carolina. Chiron is coming to Donald Trump. His son is a 2255. And look, Eris is coming. She is still at the 2438 with the TPUSA, dude. But when she comes back to that 2439, there is all out war in Minnesota. Write it down on your calendars, I'm telling you. Whatever he is learning about things of the past, with North Carolina is coming back. It's coming right back around with Trump. There's things about Trump with his ego that's a problem. I can see it. The other thing that I want to show you too with Minnesota today, the state of Minnesota, with what took place today. Hold on. Right here is this. And I told y'all about this a few days ago. I told y'all this was coming, that Pluto was going to come and transform us, we the people, with communications, with warring, and it's going to come with a lot of values, the way that we are communicated, what is happening in Minnesota with the warring. There is a emotional explosion going on with the values and the evidence. Where is the evidence? And here we, the people, are, and we are transforming massive. There is a massive transformation that is coming in the future for Minnesota. It is what it is. Well, let me also show you this. Hold on. Let me show you this because this matters. Where's Tim? Where's old Tim? There he is. Okay. Shit. There he is. Okay. I want you to see this. The physician that brings enlightenment about health with Tim Waltz. I don't know what time he's born, but I can tell you this ain't moving. This is what I call a non-mover. Apollo, the physician that brings enlightenment about the health, is a 2756. Okay. Well, where's the shooting again? Where'd I put it? There it is. Let's look where Saturn was. Oh, what? What? Saturn is a 2756 in Pisces. During the shooting, Saturn was a 2756 opposing Tim Walz of Minnesota. Opposing him. Who is the Saturn? Homeland. The authority that's over him. He has no authority, and he has just been shown up. He just got shown that he has no authority. They do. He doesn't. So, it is what it is. It is what it is, guys. He has no authority. They do. They do. Yep. So, do you see what I'm seeing here? The 2756 and Tim Walz, his authority, his physician that has enlightenment was being opposed. He already knows what happened. He knows that it was some bullshit. He knows it's some bullshit. He's being opposed. He's in the ring and he is losing. He's losing the battle. Sure is. Sure is. So, Pluto came to transform Minnesota with groups, and it did. It did. The South Node was being attacked by the dark moon, and they let go, didn't they? They let it go. They was pistol whipping him and pew-pewing him and doing all kinds of stuff. So, and here we are. Here we are. Now, I want you to see something. The Secret Service is where Zeus is right now. The Secret Service has Zeus attached to them. Zeus is attached to the Secret Service, and it's very intense right now with the Secret Service. And what's going to happen is Zeus is going to retrograde for a couple of days, and then it's going to go to a 2618. When? I'm so glad that y'all asked. I'm so glad that y'all asked when that was going to take place, when it was going to go to that 2618 off the Secret Service, because it's going off the Secret Service. Okay. It's on the Secret Service, going to be on them for a few days. And then, where are they at? Where's ICE? Shit. Okay. Then it's going to make contact here with the courts, with home, with the law, with immigration. Going to be a major transformation with ICE in the public eye. And that is going to take place on February 4th. February 4th. And let me show you something. When we wake up Wednesday morning on February 4th, mark it on your calendar. Mark it. I'm telling you. When we wake up Wednesday morning, the 2234 with the United States, that's already passed. The values are rising. And what is happening is what? Oh, yeah. Pluto is now going to come and transform Homeland Security. There's a lot of wisdom that Tim Walz has got this day. Lots of wisdom when it comes to the investigation. So the investigation, the transformation with Homeland Security, this is going to take place on February 4th. It's going to take place on February 4th. It's going to be something big that is coming for Homeland Security. And how do I know this? Because the Homeland Security has a 349. So let's see when Pluto makes it to that 349, because I can already see Tim Walz is having some wisdom about the courts, about the jurisdictions and all that shit. So let's look. Let's look when the 349 is coming right there. So by 1 p.m., look at that. Trump 2255, future values with the courts. There it is. There's the Homeland Security with Pluto. The way that ICE is creating turmoil and friction. There it is. And then what's going to happen is Uranus is going to shake things up in New Jersey. So we have, today's the 24th, so we have a lot more to go. There's a lot more that is going to be transpiring with these events in Minnesota. I'm telling you, mark it down. It's going to be happening. Definitely going to be happening. And it's really sad that people are losing their life, that we can't come together and protest. There's going to be an investigation with this. I don't think that this is over. The weight of the FBI is definitely going to be showing up in this as well. The FBI, Homeland Security, ICE, and this day on February 4th, Saturn is now critical. Saturn is critical. And we are about to see things really pick up with the government on this day forward until, let's see. I mean, we got a ways. We got a ways to go. Let's look. Days. Let's get so the 2958, actually the 2957, the 2958, that's going to come on February 13th. And this is when Saturn is going to make its way into Aries. Right there. Happy Valentine's Day. I mean, it's going to be a big day. It's going to be a big day. The U.S. Marshals is showing up on this day. The United States, the FBI. This is big. And not only that, look at that. Look at Hygeia. She is stationing at a red station. The health factor is critical. It's critical now. Critical. So we have, and I say critical not because it's a 29 degree, because it's not, it's a 24. But it's critical because the health is stationing. She is all health. This is Asclepius' daughter, Hygeia. She is all health. She's the health factor. She's about world health. There is going to be things going on in Virginia. Things going on in Virginia on this day as well. And the communications with me is going to be transformed on February 13th about Sebastian Rogers. And I won't be talking about him right now with this, but stay tuned because it's going to be coming. Sebastian and I share this degree, the 432, and I've been watching all of the stuff that I think is going to be coming for his case. There's going to be a lot of disordered aggression on February 13th with the U.S. Marshals. For sure. So, that's what I'm seeing with with what is transpiring today. I don't see it getting any better. I really don't. Eris is going to come down, or she is coming to the 2439, and that's going to be on the 29th of January. So in about 5 days, it's going to be complete mayhem. It's just so, it's going to be, there's mayhem in Minnesota. Well, it is right now, Jen. Yeah, it is. But it's going to get worse. Going to get worse. So It's going to be a lot of disordered aggression when it comes to Donald Trump, the law, the letter of the law. His issues that he has with Gavin Newsom. Disordered aggression, things going down in Canada. No doubt about it. So, the 29th is going to begin a period of time that's going to be really, really intense. More intense than it is now, I think. I do think so. There's going to come a justice with the Secret Service. It's like they're all corrupt. Where can we look where there's no corruption? I don't know. I really don't. I really don't. Really don't, guys. So, that's what I'm seeing for us right now with Minnesota and all the craziness. And like I said, I mean, feel free to watch my video when it comes to the Saturn and here, let me show you. Let me just show you. If you haven't seen it yet, let me share this with you. If you haven't seen it yet, please make sure to go over there and watch it and like it and all that good jazzy junk. In history, when the world doesn't change, it ruptures. When belief systems crack, when identity, hold on, here we go. There are moments in history when the world doesn't change, it ruptures. When belief systems crack, when identities feel threatened, when people don't just disagree, they react, they radicalize, they revolt. And if you've been feeling like something big is coming our way, something beneath our feet that is shifting, you're definitely not imagining it. The things that are going on in Minnesota is just the beginning. Because astrologically, psychologically, and technologically, we are entering in one of those rare time periods when pressure is building, not just in systems, but in the human nervous system itself. In astrology, the outer planets don't describe daily moods, they describe generational turning points. Pluto changes structures with power. Uranus disrupts systems. Neptune dissolves belief systems and identities. And Saturn rebuilds structures after collapse. Right now, we are standing at the doorway of a massive shift. Neptune entering Aries, followed by Saturn entering Aries. This is rare. It doesn't bring subtle change, guys. It's bringing identity level transformation because Aries rules action, survival, selfhood, courage, conflict, and initiation. Neptune dissolves certainty, illusion, ideology, and emotional boundaries. So, symbolically, this era of emotion becoming action, belief becoming battle, identity becoming ideology, not because the planets force it, but because they reflect where human consciousness is concentrating. If we think in alchemical terms, Neptune represents mist, fog, vapor, things that are not solid. Aries represents ignition, the spark, the strike of flint. So, what happens when fog meets flame? You definitely don't get stability, you get volatility. This is not a period of time where society feels grounded. This is a period where perception is distorted, emotions spread rapidly, and reactions move faster than reflection. People feel like they must act now, choose sides now, defend identities right now. And that's not random. That's the psychological atmosphere of where we're at right now. And here is something that we definitely don't talk about enough. Collective trauma does not disappear when headlines move on, it stays in the body. Pandemics, political violence, economic instability, social fragmentation. When people live in prolonged stress, the nervous system shifts into survival mode. And in survival mode, we interpret that fact. And I think that that's what's going on in Minnesota. I think that that's what's going on, even in, I'm seeing posts from like, Jeff's daughter. Other people are just reacting, and it is igniting a fight or flight in people that are not even there. Like, this is empathetic. People that have strong empathy for humanity, they are reacting. And even if they are not reacting online or not reacting to me or to their loved ones or whatever, it's happening inside of them. And we do need to be more cautious when we get mad at other people for not agreeing with us. If people have empathy or if they don't, if they're empathizing, they're not. This is a reaction type. That's what they want from us. They want us to react. They want to push our buttons. They want to send us into fight or flight. And all we can do is just try to empathize and to sympathize, but not react when other people don't agree with us. That is the hardest thing to do right now. But with Aries energy, you really want to not react so quickly because Aries is very impatient. It wants what it wants and it wants now. It is courageous, but it's so courageous it will go to war. Yeah, it's human nature. Esther, we react before reason. We seek simple villains and simple heroes. So when stress meets ideology and ideology meets identity and identity meets fear, people don't debate. They only defend. And this is why conversations feel impossible right now for the collective. This is why outrage spreads faster than empathy, because biologically, many people are not operating from safety. They are operating from fight or flight. And when we add in technology, social media doesn't just show us reality, it feeds us emotional stimulation constantly. It feeds us outrage, fear, validation, tribal belonging. Algorithms reward emotional intensity, not truth or nuance. So trauma gets amplified, fear gets validated, and anger, in a weird way, gets organized. This creates what psychologists call emotional contagion, where feelings spread socially faster than facts. And astrologically, Neptune rules mass psychology, illusion, collective emotion, myth making. So we are in a time where belief spreads virally, narratives replace nuance, and perception becomes reality. Not because people are stupid, because their nervous systems are overwhelmed. After Neptune dissolves certainty, Saturn follows. So as Neptune is coming into Aries on the 27th of January, Saturn will soon follow. And Saturn doesn't ask how people feel. Saturn asks how things are controlled. Saturn in Aries historically aligns with crackdowns, strong leadership moves, military responses, attempts to reassert order. That's why I'm wondering, because I'm doing this video, you can ask Jeff. I mean, I'm doing this video this morning. That shooting is going on while I'm doing the video. Ugh. This is surreal, guys, and that's why I'm wondering if we are about to see the Insurrection Act, if we're about to see the troops go into Minnesota. I don't understand truly what's going on here, what their end game is, why they are inciting violence, because I think that they are. You wonder if they're trying to push martial law, his eyes? I mean, yeah, yeah. And I'll ask that in here too, through force. So astrologically, this era reflects emotional ignition followed by institutional response. And psychologically, that makes sense. When systems feel unstable, societies often trade freedom for safety, not because they want oppression, but because they want relief from chaos. So we are not just watching unrest, we are watching the tension between human fear and institutional control. Neptune dissolves stories we once believed were permanent, whether that be religious narratives, political identities, cultural myths, even personal concepts. That's why this era feels like nothing is sacred, nothing is stable, and everything is up for debate because the deeper spiritual truth is this: belief systems shatter when they can no longer hold evolving consciousness. And this isn't just about being political, this is being spiritually mature on a collective level. People are questioning who has the authority, who decides truth, who benefits from systems, and who gets silenced. That kind of right? Right? Let's listen to that one more time because this is where we're at right now. I feel like this is where we're at right now. This is where I think we're at right now. This is being spiritually mature on a collective level. People are questioning who has the authority, who decides truth, who benefits from systems, and who gets silenced. That kind of questioning doesn't come from comfort, it comes from disillusionment. And Neptune's job is to disillusion so that something more honest can eventually be built. Here is where I want to be very clear. Astrology doesn't say that we are doomed right now. It just states that we are in a transition, and transitions can be pretty messy. Aries is not only conflict, it's also courage. It's new leadership, it's radical beginnings. So, this era is definitely going to produce new movements, new spiritual frameworks, new political structures, new definitions of identity and community. And the birthing process could be appearing as if it is a crisis from the outside looking in. But these contractions, they're not about a collapse. They are pressure pushing something forward into a new beginning. Something new has to be created. So if this era is feeling really intense for you, if it's feeling volatile, if it's feeling like the ground is shifting, you're not weak for sensing that. You're not alone. We're all feeling this. We are all in this together. And we are not powerless within it. Astrology doesn't remove the choice, it just removes the terrain in which choice is being made. And right now, the terrain demands consciousness instead of reaction, discernment instead of narrative, and courage instead of blind allegiance. Because the blind allegiance is surreal right now, and it will be that way for some time. We can't just blindly follow people into the pit. And we are not just living through history, we are shaping what comes next. So move through the uncertainty and just know that where we are going is where we are supposed to be. That's right. Where we are, excuse me, where we're going is where we're supposed to be. We just have to have faith and fate. I just think we have to have faith and fate, you know? And the time period that we're in right now is showing so much warring. And with Neptune, we have to dissolve everything. We have to dissolve it all in order to see clearly what is truly ahead of us and how we want to move forward, how we want to move forward. And I don't know. I'm really curious to see if we are going to see states eventually, maybe not, like you said, orb attraction, maybe not in our lifetime, but see states secede. I don't know. Are we going to have a true on states and states warring with one another? I don't know. I don't know how this is going to work itself out, but it's looking pretty wild for the future. It really is. I have opened up the panel. There is the link if anybody wants to jump on, talk about any of the stuff that's going on. I'm definitely going to be doing some readings. Anybody that wants to come up and do some readings with me, y'all feel free. All I would ask is that if you do get a reading, pay it forward. Pay it forward. Whether you do a super chat, you do a Venmo or a Cash App to whoever comes up, just, and if you don't have it, it's okay. It's okay. When you do have it, come on into this live again and give. Do what you can. Do what you can. But this Beyond Lemuria, or pulled it out one night, and me and Shauna, we were just like salivating. And some of you other in the chat, y'all could have been doing the same thing. Like, oh, I've got to have that. I've got to have that oracle. I mean, I was talking to my son about it. I was like, I'm so excited to get this oracle deck. I love it. Gem and Mineral Show, you would love it. The entire city is gridded with crystal prior to the show. 3 weeks. Oh my gosh. I love it. Yeah, book a reading. If you don't want to, if you're in the bushes and you're thinking, I'd like a reading. I just don't want it to be public. Book one. Visit my stand store. You don't have to, the strength. Well, I guess we're going to have to do a GoFundMe for you, or we're going to have to do it. We're going to have to do a GoFundMe so we can get you a little something, something. I'm always carrying. I got a little pocketbook. I carry in my pocketbooks. Yeah. Even if I go outside, I mean, I got it in my pocket, honey. I got it in my pocket. I'm so glad that you're back. I'm so glad that you're back. Let's do it. Let's pull a card here. Let's pull a card here, guys. Our ancient future. Our ancient future. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Our ancient future. Let's talk about that. Look at the little fishies. They're communicating. They're like, hey, girl, hey, hey. What you doing? Our ancient future. Let's read it. Let's read a little something about that. Our ancient future. Okay. Wisdom. I already love this card. It's so perfect for what we're talking about. I love it. Wisdom from indigenous peoples, ancestors, holding the keys for the future, ancient remembering, bloodlines, how the past affects the future. Can this not be any better? Like, come on now. Out of all these cards, we've got this one. A time to step up. Timeless power symbols. Activations for powerful shifts. Aren't we just talking about a shift? Oh, I just love it. I love it. Right now, the legends of the Lemurian civilization feel important, as the wisdom from this ancient time is relevant. The fall of Lemuria alerts us to the possibility that humanity may face if we live without respect for the earth. An ancient remembering is emerging. Many of the seed crystals and the knowledge they are imbued with are becoming unearthed. All those who can see a better future are not just dreaming. Their hearts and minds are hearkening to the core of earth based traditions to bring through knowledge that will help shift this paradigm into balance. I just love it. We are being called back to our roots. Oh, hold on. It is said that the Lemurians who survived the fall traveled the planet and ended up in places where inspiring indigenous knowledge far outweighs what Western minds have come to prioritize. The ancient Egyptians, Mayas, Inca, Tibetans, indigenous Australians, and Hopi are examples. These ancient knowledge keepers of earth and the ether, have been holding the key for a new world. We are being called back to our roots to acknowledge the infinite wisdom available when we drop to our knees in humble receptivity. To move gracefully forward, we must first stand in our power for the places, ethics, and conservation of what matters most. When we heal ourselves, we often feel our ancestors. As illuminated beings ready to make a change in the collective consciousness, we can sometimes take on what seems like more than our fair share of karma. We may be clearing some of the wounds from our ancestors. I can't make it up. With this in mind, we can ease through the waves, allowing guidance and empowered perspective to lead us to the greatest good. This card is imbued with activations for a new paradigm. You're now being showered with blessings in preparation for a transformation. It may be turbulent at times, but you will grow and heal through the coming journey. Partake in activities that help you drop into a meditative state as often as possible. Use clearing tools to raise your vibration, and don't get caught up on the destination. Focus on the journey and experience. You can navigate a situation you have no experience with being truly present. Integrity and intuition will be your guide. I love it. I love it, guys. I love it. Yes, ma'am. You got it. You got it. And I was just talking about energetic imprints in the land and people. Exactly. Yes, they're here. They're here, Astera Fire. Oh my gosh. They're here. I mean, I'm getting the spirit chills. I've got them. I love this, guys. I love it. Yeah, I mean, you could get a stun gun, a pepper spray, but I don't think you're going to need it, honey. I don't think you're going to need anything. I don't think that there's anything to fear but fear itself. Just don't even fear. Don't worry about it. And I say that I'm packing everywhere I go, but I mean, it's just because I don't fear. I'm just aware, I'm just aware. Being aware of your surroundings, being aware that you got a little something, something that's going to knock somebody, at least knock their toe off. I mean, I call it the toe stomper. This this one that I got, my ex-husband's dad, he owns a car lot. Well, when he was alive, he owned the car lot. The car lot is still in the Jennings name. Well, this car lot, back in the day, I mean, people would come up on the car lot and they would act a fool. And he would be out in the street. Boo, boo, boo. And one day he was playing around with it, clicking, 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 and it shot through his toe. So we call it toe stomper. Or the toe stopper, toe stomper. There are a bunch of weirdos. You just never know. You just never know. All right, his eyes. Here we go, honey. I can feel it. I can feel it. All right, his eyes. All right. Freedom. 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 I can't sing. Freedom, babe. Look at that. We're 25. I can hear the ice hitting the window. Oh, I can hear it. Living the life you love, his eyes. Liberation as a shift in perspective, the many facets of freedom, inviting enjoyment, inspiration into your life, discovering what freedom means to you, overcoming limitations, unbound creative expression, choice over obligation. Freedom means living as you choose, with your wings and heart open, able to direct your reality as you want. The quest for freedom in one form or another seems in it. In Western culture, the path to freedom is often equated with money. Ironically, chasing wealth can have the opposite effect due to the lengths taken for it to be acquired. It is possible to weave a life in thriving alignment with our soul's calling while financially supporting our realities. You may picture freedom in its more extreme guises, but when we truly feel free, our lifestyles may not change drastically. It is more of a state of mind. The only change might be that you are choosing to live a certain way rather than feeling obligated. We may move through periods of life in a dazed blur of routine. What seemed like the dream career or lifestyle may have become somewhat of a prison. We may feel stuck, blocked, or uninspired. We might know deep down that it's time to step into something different, but feel tied to what we have set up for ourselves. Perhaps financially or because others depend on us. It may feel like something needs to change externally before you can make the step, but it doesn't usually work that way. As scary as it may seem to get off a self-perpetuating spiral, we need to initiate our own charge and change. Small changes that don't impinge on your work or family can be enough to tell the universe you are ready for something else. Think about where you might find inspiration, then begin researching, try it out. Try a few new things. This will help shift the direction of your inner being. And before you know it, opportunities will start to open for you. It will then be your choice to follow a new path or to continue as you are. Letting go, trusting, and loving without limitation are also a big part of internal freedom. There are lots of ideas about what freedom can be. Having a framework for what it can be means even more freedom can flourish. Complete freedom can also be overwhelming, confusing, or even ungrounding. Structures and security are friends of freedom. They support fun, safety, expansion, sustainability, and exciting possibility. Bring a deeper sense of freedom to a situation. Bring a sense of freedom to any situation that you are feeling called upon right now. A limitation may be a state of mind. A shift of perspective can help bring a sense of lightness and choice. Also, consider what freedom looks like to you and the bigger picture of your life. If you are feeling stifled in an environment, it is up to you to make a change. Add moments that are pleasurable or practices that cultivate a sense of great freedom in your day to day life. If you are currently experiencing greater freedom, you may be feeling unsettled. Consider whether it is the kind you are looking for. If you feel ungrounded and lost, perhaps you could add some structure to your world to optimize your freedom. So, what does freedom mean? What does freedom mean to you? What does freedom mean to you? And how are you becoming more free with the choices that you have been making thus far? I'm sure that you have been making changes, changes that are going to allow more freedom. You can tell us about it. You can tell us about it, honey. I haven't left the house since my last doctor appointment office back in November. Okay, I've been in the yard, but not off the property. Girl, I mean, I feel you on that. I would never leave if I didn't have to. That's Jeff. I mean, I would go riding. I would go riding around, listen to music or something like that. But would I really want to leave? I mean, when I moved here, I had a little Christmas tree. Did I have the Christmas tree when you came, Jeff? Jeff, Jeff, did I have the Christmas tree when you came? Okay, I did. So when I moved out here away from everybody, and I was going through an awakening, a couple of years prior, and then I come out here and I'm still awakening and I'm going through all kinds of transformation, spiritual transformation. And I had a Christmas tree when I first moved in because it was Christmas. And so I left the Christmas tree up because every day, and people would come in the summertime, be like, "Why you got a Christmas tree right there?" It was just a little Christmas tree on my table because every day feels like Christmas. It doesn't have to be Christmas for me to celebrate and feel like I could give and just give and give and give because I'm a giving person. I'm a caring person, and I think that sharing is caring. So, if I have it, I'm just really not good at sending gifts, but I'm trying to be better at that. I'm trying to be better at sending gifts. So, I'm implementing that. But when it comes to you, his eyes, we want to know. I want to know what changes. What changes have you been implementing to create more freedom? You know, well, what are the changes? So, who else would like a card? Witchy, I've been doing treatments since October 2025. It's helped me a lot leaving the house, but I'm getting better. Oh, yeah. I think it's from trauma. I think it's from trauma, Witchy Mama. Not leaving the house. You're feeling safe. You have control. You have control over the uncertainty. I think that's where it's at. When you go through trauma, you just become fearful of things that you were never fearful of. And then you get mad at yourself and you're like, gosh, why am I scared of this now? Why? What is going on with me? What is wrong with me? I get it, man. I so get it. Well, I mean, freedom. So, freedom, financial freedom, financial freedom, starting a YouTube channel, doing something different is spot on, babe. Spot on. Spot on. All right. I'm just going to read a card. I'm going to read it. Let's see who resonates with this one. Let's see who resonates. Yep. Spot on. Life force energy. Life force. It's the life force energy. Number 34, life force. Energy. Mana, the rainbow spectrum, bright white light, Reiki, celebrating life, God force, optimal health, being vibrantly alive, thriving nature, conscious consumption, Eden, the body as the temple, bringing earth into balance, cell rejuvenation, the love of the land. What happens when we seek to maximize the life force energy in everything we do? Toward the completion of this oracle deck, I was called to visit Hawaii. I heard it's known to be the last remaining part of the lost continent of Lemuria. I went with an open mind and was sincerely blown away by the incredible level of life force energy radiating there. As an avid traveler and seeker of high vibrational places, but had never experienced such potency of the magic, the main inspiration of my heart and every cell of every bright green leaf, I could sense the songs of Lemuria in this pristine place. I discovered I had been dreaming of this place my whole life. The crystalline waterfalls, rainbow diffused skies, exotic flowers, opulent plant life was so present that you couldn't help but see a radiant aura around everything. Quote, Aina, unquote, end quote, is a Hawaiian term for energy. Or Aina, I don't know. And sacred land. It seemed to me that mana and Aina are one of the same. Maybe mana and Anna, I don't know. I don't know how you really pronounce that. One day, When I was sitting on Red Sand Beach, I had a vision of an overlaying dimension that spanned our physical world. This overlay was the God force or life force in its purest and highest vibration. The vision presented an array of objects familiar to this physical plane, from lower vibrational concrete, processed chemicals, and suffering imbued consumables to the higher biodynamic earthy offerings and the vibrant lands that surrounded me at the moment. The experience imprinted the depths of my being with the remembering that we can bring this beautiful blue planet back to its former glory, starting with our own temples and personal pieces of Eden. I realized that maximizing one's life force energy was the gateway to bridging heaven and earth by aligning our choices with this higher frequency. We are naturally, and we will naturally create more opportunities to ground this somehow forgotten light. When we know the joy of this life force within and around us are vibrantly alive, we can't help but inspire others to choose the same. It's time for a celebration. Rev- Revel in the bliss of being alive. This is an incredibly healing card packed with luminous life force energy for optimal health and healing. It reminds you to seek joy and upliftment in everything you do as much as possible. Consider the foods you eat, the environments you spend your time in, the people that are in your life, and even the things you wear. Increase your awareness of their journey, how they came to be in your world, and their energetic resonance. Are they alive and vibrant? You may also be inspired to work with healing energies such as Reiki or with the land, perhaps to grow vegetables. You are encouraged to joyously make your life a piece of Eden. As a result, you will shine with vitality. So I don't know who that's for, but I could think of a couple of people in the chat who that could be for. I won't say any names. I'm not going to say no names. Just saying. I'm not going to say any names. I love you more. Thank you. Thank you so much. What up, Smack Talker? Hi, honey. I love my crystals and stones. I have a very nice collection. Some have been my friends for 15 years or more. Some have been my friends for about 5. Well, no longer. Well, I could say probably some I have are probably been with me a couple of decades, actually. My amethyst. Oh my gosh, there it is again. All the things. Oh, I'm glad that he is home and he is safe, girl. I don't know if he was going through all that weather on the way home from Clarksville, but I didn't get to see him this time, but I will next time, hopefully. Hopefully. Yeah, I didn't get to see you, Uncle Taco. I know I was going home as you were leaving Tennessee. I was getting home from Nashville. So maybe the next time. Hopefully. Hey Michelle, good to see you, honey. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that you beat it. I was wondering if you were going to go and drive smack dab into it. I was like, "Oh my god, he's leaving right when we're about to be getting all this stuff." Okay, I'm glad. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate your support. Michelle, you're just so sweet. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think we've got like 4 inches of snow, and we've been getting the freezing rain off and on today since, I don't know, noon. The freezing rain we started getting at noon, I think. Off and on though. About 6 inches there. So y'all got I think y'all probably have a couple of more than we do. I mean, who knows? I don't know. I haven't went out there and measured it or anything. We probably should, Jeff, go out there and measure it, see how much we got. See how much. I know Jeff was working his butt off this morning and securing the coop, like putting the putting the tarp around the coop so the chickens wasn't freezing. 18 inches. Oh my God. Jesus. Went out in fresh snow. Y'all sledding over there. Y'all sledding. All right. So who wants a card? Who wants a card? Does anybody want to come up on the panel? And if y'all want to, you can, I know sometimes Shauna likes to come up here. I know sometimes Orb likes to come up here. If y'all want to, you're welcome. And anybody that just wants to, bring out your deck or whatever, however you read. I mean, I'm open. I'm open. You want a card, Uncle Taco? Okay. So I've got Difma. I wish I knew how to pronounce your name, Difma. And Uncle Taco. I know you don't, Seth. I know you don't. And I know you don't want to come up here either. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Okay. Here you go, babe. Difma? Close. Okay. Awakened awareness. That's your card, babe. Uncle Taco, you're next. Don't go nowhere. Awakened awareness. I know you don't, Seth. I know you don't want either. Like, neither one of them. Tomorrow's my oldest son's birthday that passed away. Can I get a card for him? His name was Tyler. Of course you may. And my sincere condolences. If you have his birth time, I'll pull him up for you. That could be a good reading other than a card, unless you just want a card. Awakened awareness. 17. Yeah, I'll pull him up for you if you want me to. Or I can just pull a card. Either way. Okay, Daphma. Or Diffma. Diffma. Okay. Okay, awakened awareness, babe. Beyond the veil, clearing distortion and illusion, awareness of what's running us subconsciously, communing with our God force, energetic sovereignty, growth outside your comfort zone, the collective awakening. Physical reality is the tip of the iceberg. The tapestry we see at surface level is just a fraction of what is going on beyond. Awakened awareness can take place when we start to look between the lines at recurring themes, aspects, and symbols that gain our intuitive attention. These are keys to a hidden overarching plan and a greater weaving. This oracle speaks to the deeper nature behind all we can know with our eyes and minds, also known as the matrix or the veil. Once discovered, it is easy to get lost in it. We are conditioned to be disoriented in our physical reality so that anything outside of it becomes unfathomable. Thus, we see a framework that parallels the nature of law of this limiting place. And yet, there is a lot more going on, and our awakening awareness would like us to stretch our consciousness to grasp it. This awareness activates our intuitive system, helps us navigate what is true, and supports us in becoming more sovereign and empowered. We can become more ensnared in the matrix when we are lost in what is running us internally. Running away and or distracting ourselves may offer short-term relief or band-aid or our subtle but deep suffering. Society is coded with a layer of conformity. The idea of that's just the way things are done. Roadblock questions when things may be out of alignment. But as we step free and awaken, we gain a more holistic approach to consciousness and come to know ourselves more deeply. We can then take things in our own hands and make changes in the world, thus regaining energy, choice, and abundance that is rightfully ours. As we wriggle into the revelations of freedom, we can't help but awaken those around us. A single glimpse of limitless, eternal, and your life will never be the same again. When we directly experience the transient yet profound moment of existence, we can allow the constructs we have spent our lives believing to drop away. Yes. Our knowledge of the eternal doesn't leave us. Although we may forget it, as we return to our humanness, we may use reasoning to write it off, or we may create whole religions around it in an effort to grasp and recreate it. When we look into the eyes of God, our consciousness raises so we can fathom the unfathomable. This expansive experience can never be boxed into words or intellect, but artists, poets, and musicians may be able to share in a small way the essence that helps us remember ourselves back into our true state. When we walk behind the veil, we discover our true path. Our reason for being here is revealed in symbolic jigsaw puzzle pieces and synchronicities. The mysteries unweave and the paradoxes speak to a different part of us. Our affirmations are potent, our prayers are heard, and the medicine of life lessons, however strong and uncomfortable, is full of power and growth. This is one of the elemental cards because without moment to moment, awakened awareness, magic, healing, and affirmation cannot be deep or real enough to actualize. This is not just imagining God, but seeing, knowing, and communing with the divine spark inside of each of us, like we're doing right now. And this card is a reminder to wake up, that there are many levels and stages of awakening. There is no on and off switch to it. Keep learning and putting yourself into situations where you can grow. Sometimes we do go back to sleep. Just stay aligned with your inner guidance and find ways to remember to wake up and do what you love to do to keep your vibe high. And this isn't about instant pleasure, but the joy that is substantial and sustainable. Eat healthy, keep your body active, have life goals, but with enough space to hear the answers to your prayers. When our energy systems become blocked or need a cleanse, we can become drowsy to our vital nature. Energy clearing can help you recenter. Shadow work may also be needed if certain things are running your mind in a disempowering and distorting way. Find your unique way to connect to the divine inside of you, not as an eternal seeking, but as a receptive allowing. Be inspired to see the question at hand with a different perspective. Look between the lines for a deeper interpretation. Yes. 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 I love it. I love it. I hope you liked it as well. I hope you liked it as well. And that's so true. We don't just turn, awakening doesn't just turn on and off. It's stages of it. You get periods of it. It's wild, it's just so wild. Overdid it today and able to sit, been lounging in bed since the live started with all my massaging tools, heating pad. I totally understand, babe. Been here for 13 so far before, and so has Sebastian. I have a shirt for you, Barb. What's that, Uncle Taco? Set in snow, too. It's a shirt for Sebastian. Aw. You're so sweet, Uncle Taco. That is so sweet. That is so sweet. Look at y'all, just being so sweet. Yeah, thank you everybody for being here tonight. Yes, it nailed it. Thank you. Of course, you're welcome. I know, rat. Wow. I gave Taco shirts to give out to everybody. Thank you. That's right. I remember you saying that. Wonderful. Yeah, got to keep his name out there. Got to keep his name out there. Thank God. Thank God for true friends, Uncle Taco, Michelle. You know, I'm not gonna get off on my I'm gonna try to take the high road right now. Jennifer, don't talk shit right now. We're divining. We're divining. We can't talk shit right now. We gotta divine. Gotta divine. I'm thanking God I had bought me a cordless snow shovel for Christmas. It's come in handy right now. I bet it has. I'll be right back. Gotta take a little potty break, and then I got you, Uncle Taco. Don't go nowhere. I got you, buds. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What are y'all talking about? Let me read the chat for just a second. Been listening, but preparing for the ice storm. We're supposed to get starting at 11 p.m. Well, you know what? We started getting ice today. And I'm back to you, Uncle Taco. Sam, stop it. Stop it. I didn't. I was running back and forth. I didn't. Sorry. He's so bad, guys. He's bad. Where's April when I need her? Exactly. Thank you, Uncle Taco. Like, leave me alone. I like it when you're around, Uncle Taco. I can't wait for all of us to be together. I can't wait. Have somebody to take up for me. I mean, besides Jeff. Of course, Uncle Taco probably just laughed too. Yeah, so she can so she can time you out. I was running back. Exactly. It's my stuff. Y'all are funny. The lady at the restaurant did not know what to do. What are you talking about? What lady at the restaurant? Fill me in. Look. Seth. Seth is trying to call me out because I ran back. He's like, I hope you washed your hands. I was like, where's April? And he's saying, I can't be timed out. You think I'd be scared with both of them here? I think Uncle Taco would take up for me. What do you think, Jeff? Yeah, leave me alone. You know, I grew up without my brother. And so I know that my brother, he's 6 years older than me, and I know that if we could have grown up together, he would have also picked on me all the time. So I never got to have that brother, and Seth is that brother that picks. Yeah, I'm saying you should be with us on card night. I mean, even Seth tries to get teamed up with Jeff on me. Tries to get Jeff teamed up. The gargoyle at the Mexican joint. Oh, gotcha. Right. No, he can't do that. He can't do that. Jeff's pleading the fifth. Jeff, are you awake, babe? He's barely awake. Yeah, it's brotherly love. Well, he would probably say something different, but I think so. I'm his big sister. Instead of being my big brother, he's my little brother. You're the little brother. I'm the big sister. So I should be picking on you. I should be picking on you. The waitress didn't check on us like at all. Oh my God, what kind of tip did you leave? What did y'all do? Oh my God, what'd y'all do? The gargoyle. What? That doesn't work. What? What'd y'all do? Inquiring minds want to know. What'd y'all do? What did y'all do to her? That waitress. The same age? I'm the same age as you? I think, yeah. Yeah, but what else did y'all do? What did y'all do? You're not going to say it on here, are you? She went to go get her manager. Okay. And after that, she went and got her manager. And so that it was your meal on the house? You got to take the dog out? Okay, well, you're about to miss your reading. But go ahead, let us know when you get back. They probably did get kicked out. I know you took her to meet Seth. I'm trying to figure out that you're trying to change the subject right here, Uncle Taco. We're talking about the tip. What happened? They're pleading the fifth on this one, I think. Oh my God. The third eye, Uncle Taco, that third eye. 50 cents. The third eye chakra. Pineal perspective. It's about the pineal. Oh yeah, that's awful. Awful. Yeah, you can't switch subjects. Yeah, probably won't be going back anytime soon. Uncle Taco, this is your card. The third eye chakra. Let me know when you get back so I can read it to you. Let me know. Number 8. I love this deck. I love it. And it's long. I mean, like it gives different. This is going to be cool. I'm going to like this one. I'm going to like this one. Yeah, he doesn't. He don't. I would have put the tip in the water glass and turn it upside down on the plate. Mm. It was really a joke. He will be right back. Okay. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. I think, yeah, I don't think I would have left him anything. Mm-mm. Nope. Nothing. Hmm. I probably made a scene before I left because if I'm out of a drink or if I need something, I'm gonna be like, can we get some service over here? Like, are y'all working? Because she's on her phone. Can I get a new waitress? I've done that before. Can I get a new waitress? Because this one doesn't seem to be wanting to work tonight. After the 2 dog stars, let me see what the name was. Proxima and Centauri. Yep. I just now caught that when you said that. I took him to the Mexican restaurant where Sebastian and I go. The tip was left on a gift card at that. Well, yeah, that sucks. Mm-mm-mm. Where did oh shoot, where did that let me look up in the chat for a second. Whoever lost their son, I was hoping we could look at his birth chart. I was hoping we could look at that tonight. Y'all Tennessee people be serious about y'all's gas. Yeah, we are. We'd be serious about some milk and some bread too. A tip is not guaranteed. That's right, it's not. I would like to order some gas. Just leaving it at the door. I can't. It was you, Michelle? You're the one that lost your are you saying something? It's your son's that birthday? We could always pull his chart up. What city and state? Let me pull it up. January 25th, 1993. So what city and state, Michelle, was he born in? Mexico, Missouri? Okay. I'm gonna duel it out right now. We're just gonna look at this for a minute while we wait on Uncle Taco. And we're just gonna look at his chart, dueled out for just a minute. Rather than a reading for your son, let's just do it like this, like a card read. Let's just do it like this. Okay, Uncle Taco, cool. I'm gonna read her son. His birthday is tomorrow. He is deceased. And we're just gonna look at his chart for just a second rather than give it a card reading. Of course, if you want a card reading too, babe, I'll do that too. And you're okay, yeah. Up front. Yeah, as soon as it gets serious, yeah. Okay, just hang out with us, Uncle Taco. Just hang out. It's okay if you cry. And if my pen don't work, I'm gonna be really upset. I'm gonna cry if my pen don't work. Okay, it's working. Okay. So his birthday is tomorrow. He's going to be having a solar return. This is Michelle's son, Ty. And oh, so the dark moon is going to be coming here. The dark moon is here in the fifth house of kids. The way that he creates, there's what things are hidden here. The dark moon is going to come to his Selena, things that he learns about. Interesting. Selena is coming here to a transformation with his health in that first house of the I am. This is the I am house. This is where he is rising. This is his life path. And there's going to be things that he is learning or that he is teaching that is transforming in the public eye, which is probably right now. Right now. That's exactly what is happening. Let me look at this for a minute. Let's see what I can see that is showing up. Wow. So he is also connected to the United States at a federal level. Interesting. That 2234 that the United States has with their 12th and 6th house, he is definitely connected at a federal level with the United States. So I would definitely be asking him about that, wanting to know more about that. Yesterday, the physician, the Apollo physician that brings enlightenment. Yesterday, the day before, last few days, relationships, groups, the media, the social media, and enlightenment about things that are hidden. Let's see. What else I can tell here? Look at all this Aquarius energy that he has. Dang. All that Aquarius energy. Look at that. Look at all this Aquarius. Where are you going, babe? I know. Yeah. Jeff is like, her son has passed away. And I'm saying, I know, babe. I know. But even in spirit, I mean, I talk about people that have been gone for, on this earth many, many years. I mean, I was just talking about JP Morgan, like he's alive, and I have to keep reminding people. I know that he's gone, but just gone from the physical, the material, but we're still we're still communicating. There is still communication always being had. It's just the intuition is a forgotten sense. And so a lot of times we just don't think about that. There's going to be a breakup of communications tomorrow, though. There could be some electrical stuff going on at home with mom or even at work, even at home with mom or dad. There could be some communications. There's some communications with him there is going to be a breakup. What does that mean? That means that there's going to be some communications. As soon as Admitos comes to that 414, this could be about siblings too. This could be about siblings too, with mom, with dad. They're every day. The things of the past in the hospital, there could be things. Where is this Mars coming in? Is there a vehicle? Some type of past warning here. If I was reading him right now, I would be like, what was going on in the womb with your mom and dad? What was happening? Because this fear is showing up in your conscious, your every day. It's going to be showing up. Mars is showing up every day with home, with family, things of the past. Things of the past. There's this health factor here. Oh, he is definitely here, babe. Most definitely. I would like to know more about this right here and why he is connecting. His midheaven is Aries, so he is the type of person that doesn't wait. He creates a lot. The lowest point at home with him and his mother is the law, the letter of the law, contracts. Contracts. This is federal. The divine justice with groups, with his health. Well, that was just being transformed not too long ago. So maybe 10 days ago or so, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, maybe not even that long. There was some justice. There's some justice with groups, with video, networking, things of, I don't know. I mean, he rises with a lot of attention. He's rising with a lot of attention, and this is making me think about in the life path, children, publicity, all eyes on you, buddy. And the second house is also his values with health. You know, in medical astrology, the heart, the attention, he's got so much drive, so much fire energy when he's coming in, and then his midheaven is fiery too. Lots of action. Lots of action. But then the seventh house, relationships, work, dad, friends, partnerships, authority. This right here, the Saturn, brings limits and obstacles to the future with friends, with partnerships, with relationships. Relationships, dads. It's just, but this is also where he shines. He also shines here. He also shines with a bunch of communications when it comes to anything that is eccentric. Look at that. There's a lot of energy going here with groups, things of, and then he's got this moon and this dark moon that is reflecting. So we're reflecting things that are really dark, things that are hidden with an investigation. Could be about, well, I'm not going to say everything that I think right now. I can't say everything that I'm thinking right now, but there is something here. All this Aquarius energy, we can see that Mercury is coming to that natal Mercury. Venus has already come over that natal Mercury with the siblings, with relationships. The sun right now is at a 5 degree, but it's going to come tonight. It's going to come tonight. That 5 degree is going to come to that 6 before tomorrow. It'll come tonight. It's coming tonight. Probably while I'm on this live. 29. God, look at that. So much energy. So much energy here. I think that he is loving this reading right now. I really think so. He is loving this right now. He's loving all this attention. Because this boy, he done has some justice with groups talking about him. He shines with groups, and he's shining right now. He's shining right now. Venus has just went over this Vulcan right here. Venus is at a 931. Venus has just went over. God's will is being done right now with us. God's will is being done with us right now. What is going on here? What is going on with that Mars? Let me see how the Mars is shaping up with all the other stuff. There is definitely a life direction here. And look, it's Quincunx Vulcan. So I like that. I like that because that's why I'm being drawn to that Mars. The things of the past at home, mom, family. Mm. Okay, so it's Quincunx Vulcan. It's opposing Vesta. The Woods. Authority. There is a breakup that's coming with this tomorrow. The lunar nodes are going to come down, or the lunar nodes on it now. Juno is coming there. There's so much coming there. Okay. So the lunar nodes are at a 1053, but tomorrow the lunar nodes are going to come down, or maybe the next day. I'll have to look, but the lunar nodes are coming here. There's a reigniting of a flame. With the authority, with dad, with authority. There's things that are hidden here with his health. There's a shakeup. Is this doctor? Is this doctor? I don't know because, and I'm really weirded out by the 2234. So Michelle, we need to talk about the government and anything that we could, there's something here with the United States at a federal level and things of the past with hospitals, with health. And I don't know what it is. And I want to know because not only am I nosy like that, but I do want to know just for the future reference. So we're going to have the lunar nodes are going to make contact here with that flame of life. And then it's going to come over here to the 11,000 groups with the values. It makes me feel like a lawsuit, but hospital, I don't know. It's squaring Jupiter. So the Mars here is squaring Jupiter. It's squaring Jupiter. And Jupiter is right here in the 3rd house of communications. Oh, that's where something is beginning and ending with contracts, with the health. Is that the lungs? It's critical here. And Saturn is going to come against. Saturn is going to make its way against here. Against the magnetism. Jupiter. Why is Jupiter square the Mars? What is happening here? The law. And the communications of the health. And it's opposing Vesta. I'm really concentrating on this Mars here. Yes, I will. Oh, damn. Yeah, I'll share that, Seth. So this is really interesting to me because there is something having to do with the hospital and right here. When you see, okay, so let me show you this. When you see this point right here, the 0, 0, okay, we got 2 in Aries in every chart. In every chart, we have 1 in Libra. This is where something has began, something has ended, and this has to do with communications, has to do with siblings, it has to do with your neighborhood, it has to do with medically, it has to do with the lungs. And there is a major transformation that takes place at home. But this 2234 is federal. Going back to the things of the past with the United States. What did they do? What has happened? How old was he? So how old was he, Michelle, when he passed away? We need to know what is happening here. We need to know what is happening. And that's I mean, I'm so just I see what you were saying. Yeah. Apologize for your condolences for sure. He is here. I'm so amazed. Okay. Yeah, condolences. He was 7. Oh, he was a little baby. You should. Like, I'm getting the chills right now just thinking about it. Oh, you're welcome, honey. You're so welcome. There it is. Mm, so sorry. I'm so sorry. Mm, he's just a little baby. Well, he has definitely got our attention tonight. And I'd like to know more about that. What happened? What happened? Why is he connected to the United States at a federal level when it comes to the things of the past with the United States? What caused that collapsed lung? What caused it? Yeah, hugs, Michelle. It was stalling out for y'all too? Okay. Well, maybe we're about to lose power out of who knows? Who knows? Uncle Taco, you still in here, honey? I think we all need to um just have a group hug right now. Just a group hug because this little baby and just 7 years old. That grief is just it's ongoing. Every birthday. Yeah, a moment of silence would be good. Let's do that. The Mars being in Cancer in that 12th house is showing a lot of warring with family. It's showing a lot of warring. Yeah. He has grown to be a powerful man, a man of the future. Okay. A man of the future. He is futuristic. He likes this stuff. Okay. People that shine in Aquarius are Aquarius people. You're welcome, babe. April, are you in here? April? Calling April. Are you in here? April just sent me a hell of a Cash App. I'm supposed to be learning how to give to you, April. And thank you, babe. Thank you so much for that generous Cash App. That was very sweet. Very sweet. I love you. Thank you so much. Y'all gonna make me cry over here. Just like, this is so much. I didn't expect all this emotion. And children showing up, wanting to be noticed, wanting to be talked about, wanting. It's just so beautiful. Yes, April, thank you for you, babe. I really appreciate it. And it was to me and Jeff, just so you know, Jeff. Both of his siblings are in criminal justice, and my daughter has considered FBI. Well, there you go. That's confirmation. It's confirmation, Michelle. His chart is showing his siblings with Jupiter. With Jupiter. I see connections. It even goes back to 2020 and some type before that, US and global. Do you think so? There is something about his chart that is going to the United States at a federal level. And maybe that is the challenge with his sibling, is the criminal justice. Maybe that is the challenge, because out of that death, out of, we're always changing and transforming throughout life. And these experiences that are so dramatic and traumatic that change the course of our life, it shows up in our charts. Oh, little Miss Sharon, you sweetheart. Thank you, honey. Thank you. I don't know if how March is here, but they're going to be notified. But we appreciate you, babe. Thank you so much. Thank you, babe. You're just so sweet. Thank you so much for supporting the channel all the time, little Miss Sharon. You're just so sweet. I sense it's related to our life force, our breath, the throat chakra, and the air element, with it specifically moving into Aquarius now. Actually, they both did. Yeah. I can see that. I can totally see that in his chart. So his siblings, their sibling shows up in their chart. Our siblings show up there. And for me, I didn't get to grow up with my brother. He went to live with my dad at 3, and I have a critical moon in the 3rd house. So, and there's reasons, I can go into the reasons why my moon is so critical there. My brother, who I didn't grow up with, was the first one to take me and my mom's DNA, put it on Ancestry, and then I found out that my grandfather that raised me wasn't my true grandfather. So, We can tell a lot in charts. We really can. We really can. And today it connects to the protest, the vocal silencing, the warlord. Yeah, thank you, babe. So, Uncle Taco, I'm about to read your card. Or let me know if you're ready. Let me know if you're still in here. And thank you so much, April. That was really generous. I mean, $50 is a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. You ready? Okay. All right. So I ended up pulling this card for you. Oh, hold on. Wrong one. Wrong one. Here we are. Here we go. The third eye. This is about the pineal. It's the pineal. The pineal perspective. Number 8. Okay, here we go, Uncle Taco. The seat of wisdom and consciousness, intuition, imagination, seeing inner and outer worlds, limitlessness, understanding. That is what this card is about. Connect with your third eye and transcend what you understand with your mind. Discover a deeper inner knowing through the interconnected web of all this is and has been. You can tune into this wisdom at will as when you wish to. This wisdom is ancient yet pioneering. It is the creator of the free will we choose to weave from moment to moment. Is it though? Is it free? Is it a free will? I can show you your free will. I know. Oh gosh. Be the observant witness, like we are here, watchers. Allow the transcendence of duality without judgment. Be mindful, listen, and allow your intuition to unravel the paradoxes of reality. Examine limiting ideas. Listen more. Balance the left hemisphere logical and analytical thinking with inner guidance and deeper wisdom. Take note of any thought patterns that may be holding you from your fullest potential through the mind based fear of past experiences. Meaning, don't let the past rule the present. Enhancing your imagination or intuition, seeing beyond illusion. Between the eyebrows, it's a deep indigo blue. That is the third eye, the pineal. The pineal. The third eye, the awakening. The awakening. The pineal is also connected to the gut. It's also connected to the gut. Anything going on with that gut is also calling on you with that intuition. The earth has chakras. Yeah. We all have energy centers, energy points, energy centers, energy points. I love it. Thank you, April. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Shooting from the hip. Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. So, you're welcome, honey. You are so welcome. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for being here. It's 9 o'clock. I've been on here for 3 hours. And if nobody else wants a reading, I'm going to jump off here. I'm going to jump off here if nobody else wants if nobody else wants a reading, because that is really what tonight's show is about. Is just about, with all the energy that is around us right now, we have to have some balance, right? We have to have some balance. Can you explain more on the imprint that is imprinted on the date, time, location of birth and death, and comparing to a system in the tarot and comparing to what is shown? Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let's try to break down this question. The imprint. Well, there's an imprint when you are born the time and the location, the birth, and death. Yes, and death. Comparing to a system in the tarot. How can we compare what I'm seeing in the birth chart with the tarot? Yeah, there is a comparison, but it's not something that I think that we can really explain in just in a couple of sentences or anything. You're comparing it to a system you work with. What system is that? You sent an email from Michelle. From Michelle or to Michelle? Okay. To me? Okay, so Orb Attraction did a reading for you, Michelle. Are you still here, Michelle? She did a reading for you, and she does this when she's feeling called. And so I don't know which one I'm going to start from. You can let me know, Orb Attraction, let me know which one. Okay, gotcha. So let me know what system you're talking about, Fire, because so when it comes to like the third house, the communications, and the tarot. So for me, the third house and the communications and the tarot, I'm thinking about Hermes. I'm thinking about Hermes, Trismegistus, the trickery, the duality. And I think that it's about, when it comes to the tarot, anything that has to do with that air energy. Yeah, I think that, yeah, the tarot definitely works with the birth chart. Yes, they definitely work with the birth chart. What comes through on the death? I would have to do a death. I would have to show you that. And if you're interested in something like that, if y'all are interested in stuff like that, I'm so down to show you guys. I love death astrology, and I know it sounds, I've seen a lot of death. I've went through death. Uh, I've went through that process of slow death with children, with adults, and I've looked at it, I've compared it, and man, I think that that would be a good live. Let's do it. Okay. Yeah, we'll do it. One of my next lives, we'll do that. And we'll show it. And Michelle, if you've got, like, I've got a death certificate. I've got Skylar's death certificate. We could even look at it from her chart. We could look at Ty's chart, his death chart, and we can compare it to his birth chart. So that would be a good little experimentation with showing you guys death astrology, and we can also implement the tarot with it. Of course, the tarot isn't anything like the oracle. The oracle deck it's just messages, it's inspiration, it's intuitive inspiration. But the tarot is something different. The tarot is based on the elementals of astrology. So the Gemini is the air, it's the magician, anything having to do with Mercury, any type of communications, wands. Depending on the degree, is going to depend on like the different, um, you know, like say it's a three of wands. That's going to be different in the astrology than say a 10 of wands. Excuse me. But it's definitely about Hermes. We could talk about swords, talk about pentacles, but it's going to have to, pentacles is usually earth, right? Wands is swift. It's about travel. So really when I think of wands, I think about Sag. When I think about swords, I think about Mercury. I think about that third house. When I think about wands, I'm thinking about the ninth house. When I think about pentacles, I'm thinking about the second house. So, it's so much that goes on in my mind. I use astrology for this type of reading. Okay. Yeah, that would be cool. Okay, we can. We can totally do that, guys. Honey, Michelle, please don't apologize. This is fate, babe. This is fate. Don't you dare apologize. I think that this would be a great thing to do. I really do. Doing the death astrology. Oh my God, that would be so much fun. That would be a lot of fun. And I mean, we would cry. I mean, it's going to be so much fun. We're going to cry. We're going to, but at least we can look at it together and we can explore and yeah. Oh, girl. Oh my gosh. I think we should. That's going to be, and I say fun, and it's not really that fun to look at your loved ones and to relive or rethink, but at the same time, it's healing. It's healing when we look at it from an astrological perspective, especially the way I can show you. I mean, you know what I'm saying? At my next live, that's what we're going to do. Shoot, we're doing this tomorrow. So when I put out my live thumbnail, I'm going to ask you guys to go ahead and put it in the chat before we get going. Okay. I want to pull it before we actually get going. I want to pull it. Even if I just pull it when we first start, when I first do, like, when I do my 5-minute intro, then I can start pulling it and we can look at it together and have the all experience together. I think that would be fun. It'd be fun, but it'd also be tear jerking, I really do. Okay, so I want to show you guys. Okay, so orb attraction, which one do I start first with your reading? Because I've got this one first for Michelle. And then I've got this one. So this is from the, which one, orb attraction? Which one do I start with? 24 or 54? Okay. The 53? The 34? Okay. Okay, 54, 34, 24. Okay. So I start with 53, and then I go to 34, and then I go to 24, and then I go to 19. You don't know. Okay. Well, I'm just going to read them all. Okay. How about that? So this is about spiritual communication. People born under, I can't pronounce these. So let me just start up at the top. Nanil, principalities, God humiliating the proud. Psalm 119:75. I know, O Lord, that the judgments are right, and that thou in faithfulness haste afflicted me. People born under Nanil's influence have melancholic demeanors and pursue private lives, rest, and meditation. They distinguish themselves through knowledge of the abstract sciences. Nanil rules over the high sciences and is able to influence religious men, teachers, magistrates, and men of law. Sole guardian of those born between 5:20 and 5:40 p.m. Moral guardian of those born on May 11th, July 22nd, October 2nd, December 13th, and February 23rd. Physical guardian of those born between December 5th and December 9th. It's all about spiritual communication here. And then we've got the thrones. The swiftly hearkening God, Psalm 41. I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me and heard my cry. People born under this influence are amiable, lively, and modest, and bear adversity with resignation. These people can obtain the grace of God and governs memory and human intelligence. Fruition and the realization of dreams. It's okay, honey. Psalm 131:3, let Israel hope in the Lord from henceforth and forever. Those born under these powers become famous through their talents and actions and have the confidence and favor of leaders. And this is about being obedient. It's about obedience. Those born under the thrones love truth and the sciences and are sincere in their words and actions. It's about a grace and mercy from God, rules over exiles and prisoners, works against the discovery of secret crimes, and protects animals and assassins. Wow, I'm feeling protection. I'm feeling Charlie Kirk right there. Bless his heart. Thank you, Orbit Traction. Thank you so much, babe. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So yeah, the next live we're going to do death astrology. Okay? Death astrology, guys. I think that that's going to be a good one. So bring your death certificates and birth certificates as well. If you want to duel it out, with somebody that you know their birth time and somebody that you know their death time, then we'll duel it out with the birth and the death. And we'll see what was taking place. Okay? Astrologically, what was taking place. And then, I think that it would be better though if I'm reading that person and I'm dueling it out, if y'all could at least take the link and come up on panel and talk to me about it, just like I'm doing right now. You don't have to show your face, but just talk to me about it as I'm reading it. So I'm getting that feedback as I'm reading it. And you can say yes or no. Yep, yep, that's why you're talking about the lungs, is because he had a collapsed lung, right? Which we already know that about Ty, but I want to see it. I want you to see it, Michelle. I want you to see it. I think that it could be healing for us as a community, for sure. And to bring more of that to this community, to this channel, for people that have lost loved ones, because I have. I understand what it's like to watch a baby that you love so much take their last breath. You'll never get over it. I can do it without the birth time, but the death certificate, if we know exactly what time, that's even better. If you just have a general idea of what time they passed away, we could do it that way too. I could pull the birthday and just try to, do it like I do, with my cases and stuff if I don't know a birth time. We could try it. We can do it. We can do it, guys. Michelle, you're welcome, babe. That's what we're here for. That's what I'm here for. I love it. I love having a small community here where we're reading and we're divining and we're getting in touch with the spiritual side of life and death. And death. I might even, so the girl that runs Death Astrology on Facebook, I might get her to come up on panel with me. I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to try to do that. Of course, it's last minute. She may not can do it tomorrow, but one of these death astrology sessions, maybe she will. Maybe she will. I think she will. She lives in Colorado. She has a full-time job, but she may. And she's got kids and a husband and all that stuff. So it may be hard to get her to do it tomorrow, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try to get her up on panel so she can show you the things that she sees with the death as well. Yeah, sometimes it is definitely, because when we are born and when we pass away, it's not just about our certain chart, our certain placements. It's our connections to our family and friends and loved ones as well. It hits them too, right? It's a collective happening. Okay. No rush, babe. But I'm probably going to try to do it tomorrow and maybe later. I don't know. Because I'm thinking I'll do it tomorrow, but I'm going to talk to my friend that runs the Death Astrology group on Facebook, and I'm going to ask her when she's going to be able to, because I'd like to hear her take on it too. Because she, of course, other astrologers do astrology different, right? And of course, she does it a lot different than me. So I think it would be really cool. Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you. Thank you. I call you Laura, and I know it's not Laura. I don't know what else to say besides Laura. I understand. When it works out for you, yeah. We'll see. We'll see what we can do, guys. And thank you. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. You've been wonderful. I'm going to close this session out with Sebastian's anthem because we are still looking for sweet Sebastian Rogers, missing out of Hendersonville, Tennessee. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Peace.
Clean like your soul won't be forgotten. We stand strong for you, never give up. Seek justice and truth. Day and night we search. Community gathers, wipe the tears away. Rise up for you, Sebastian strong. Sebastian's army, we march on. Each day comes and goes, hope in our hearts. You're never alone, we'll bring you home. Wish it was a dream, babe. It lingers on, but strength we carry will keep you strong. Rise up for you, Sebastian strong. Sebastian's army, we march on. Each day comes and goes, hope in our hearts. You're never alone, we'll bring you home. Wish it was a dream, hey, it lingers on, but strength we carry